No, because how many of you are in my comments when the orphan archetype comes out like I'm adopted? I'm sorry. I'm glad it resonates. I'm sorry. That's not what this video is about. Let's talk about your mother wound, huh? It keeps coming up. Oh my God. I didn't do that. Oh my God. That's crazy. Okay. Wow. Okay. So there's something, and I always like to find a reason, for things. I can blame it on astrology. I want a logical explanation. Why is the mother coming up? I'm not entirely sure. Granted, I haven't had my astrology hat on as much as I have in the past because, life has been lifing. But I'm sure there is a reason. I just need to find it. Or we can explore it together. Regardless, the original is like, the word is like original sin, the way that your anger towards women, strong women, mother energy is is acting as an obstruction, an impasse to your literal birthing process right now is unacceptable. Okay, 1, 2, 3 on the timer. I guess I just want to get a little bit of insight for you, like how can I just want you to know how much I love you. I just want you to know how much I love you. You are loved, you are safe, you are held. Damn. Little on the nose, the venom. It's not true. The siren, it's not true. And we're gonna pause there. It's not true. I think what this is, just hear me out here, because at the bottom of the deck you might have seen when the orphan popped out was the mystic. What do we call that? A witch wound. A witch wound. We call that imposter syndrome, or at least maybe this is one interpretation of it. What do I know? But imposter syndrome, isolating yourself, pushing yourself out of the picture as a means of keeping yourself safe, because true stability and legacy, having the stability to have a legacy, because you need one to have the other, right, would require a kind of unity that, a mother wound would keep you from having. A mother wound would also smother you and call ownership over you to keep you separate from the unity, right? To keep you separate from the community outside of that dynamic, that toxic dynamic, right? The Page of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Magician at the bottom of the deck, we're learning how to be more emotionally mature. I think there's something about this that is a bit of a temper tantrum, okay? Ace of Pentacles and the Fool, there's something that you can't... The thing about this card is it is an idea, but it is an idea that leads to the archetypal mountain. It is an idea that leads to a summit of sorts, but it's a summit that you have to work towards. It's a whole journey on the other side of this ace, right? It's a whole journey on the other side of that opportunity, that concept, okay? That idea. You got to do something with it. You got to take it somewhere. And so in tapping into this mother wound, we find that the opportunity to heal it is fertile with money. You can sell it. You can monetize whatever is on the other side of this mother wound that you have. Why? Because the mother wound is the block to creation. It is the block to your birthing, okay? Anything that smothers, right, is going to suffocate, right? And that's the, while the shadow of a father archetype, just for example, while the shadow of the father archetype is absence, the shadow of the mother archetype is suffocation, okay? Smothering. So this is to say that, like, maybe one of the ways that you're keeping yourself safe, keeping yourself from the journey ahead, the hardships and the what if I succeed, or what if I fail, right? Which really is, that's the same thing. You're just repeating yourself there. The thing that keeps you from that risk is the trepidation, you know, staying in the bounds of what you know to be suffering, you know, the idea that you have that was cast upon you about yourself by who birthed you, that is going to keep you in a place of like, you know, we're staying here, it's safe here, you know, this is a familiar struggle, this is a familiar pain. The Fool at the bottom of the deck, though, like it is inevitable. I think that this is something that is already underway. Now you can stop it, yeah. So Six of Swords, you can always stop this, but why would you want to? Six minutes on the timer as I pulled Six of Swords out. Why would you want to? What is the supporting factor here? What are the supporting factors to the collective here? Okay, so we've got something about karma. Wow, okay. So Three of Swords in reverse, Five of Cups in reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse. These are cards that I want to see in reverse. Justice and the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. We have the Three of Cups, the Emperor at the top of the deck, just popping out there, and Strength in the middle. I like that a lot. The supporting factors are your absolute, like you don't have a choice but to take a new approach here, because that work has already been done. You've already cracked that egg. The yolk is everywhere. So what are you going to do? Put it back in? No. You've done the shadow work. Like that's the thing here. That's why if you're this far into this reading, there is no going back, babe. Like you did the shadow work that was required to move beyond this impasse, you know, to move beyond the box, you know, the journey of that the siren wants to take you on, right? And your supporting factors are, for one, karma working out in your favor in the form of role models that are around you, and, you know, like physically around you. Like there are people, look around in your life, see how many safe women, safe feminine archetypes are truly there. I bet you if you take a second and you back up and you listen to your thoughts, you might have more than you have allowed yourself to see in the past. I bet you. Okay. Oh, okay. So the Self is at the bottom of the deck. The Underworld just popped off at the top, but we're going to keep going. Can I get something about supporting factor here? Oop, the Father. Wow. Interesting. Supporting factor being in the Father. So maybe that's literal for some of you. You know, maybe you have a supportive father. Excuse me, with the Mask at the bottom of the deck, it's making me think of your own masculinity, right? How you can kind of, I'm hearing placebo, how you can create the container for yourself. We have the Village and the Warrior. There's someone fighting for you. There's someone here, perhaps a masculine figure, or the community. Okay, the Mystic here at the bottom with the Queen. Okay, beautiful. So we've got this really, really nice balance here, and it is all connected to your community. The community itself, I think, is the container. I think is acting as that like father, that masculine archetype that's showing up here. The Warrior is you, it's feeling like you, and the Stone is your conviction, right? So you've already created some kind of community, or you already have, my ears are ringing like crazy, you already like it is this angelic presence. You already have built that community available, that's available to you. Sorry, the words are like crazy right now. You already have built that bridge to that community. So all of that balance that's required is kind of on the other side of you leaping into, I guess I'm seeing like a raw version of yourself. Can you show up as yourself? Is that something you can do? It's harder than it seems. Can you show up as the version of yourself that is true? Yeah. That's good luck. But you're genuinely, people want that. So good job.